Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. I am Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration lawyer practicing law out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather today, so we'll see how it goes. This is episode number 309 of the Immigration Answer Show. This will be our last show for the week. We'll be back next week, but this is our last show for the week. Our next show will be Monday at 4 o'clock. The only reason things might change is if we were to do a pop-up show, which I might do. If you want to know when our next pop-up show is, make sure to text the word show to 314-470-3300. That's how you find out what the link is to the waiting room, how you join us first, and how you get in there quickly to be able to ask me a question. I'll be here for the full hour trying to answer as many of your immigration law related questions as I can. And we'll start off by talking to our friend Aziz. Hi, Aziz.
Good afternoon, Mr. James. Sorry to be very often here. I hope I don't bother you.
What's up?
I just had quick questions. The question is, so basically I received the answer from USCIS Ombudsman Office, and it states that my both 485s are in transit to Pittsburgh field office, but I didn't get what that means. And they told me that if I don't receive anything in 90 days to make an inquiry. Is it something tricky, or I have to take those words for granted?
I don't know. I don't believe anything they say. I just think they make stuff up. Hopefully that means your case is on its way to Pittsburgh so they can figure out what to do with you. It would make sense that they're together. So it sounds like they're getting ready to do an interview.
Got it. That was the only question.
Good luck, Aziz. Let us know how it goes.
Bye-bye.
Bye, buddy. Next up, Vladimir. Hi, Vladimir.
Hello, Jane. Good afternoon over here.
Are you driving or no?
I'm just stopping.
Okay, what's up?
My case is merit based. In March 2021, we assist to our just started interview.
2 years ago?
The interview, yeah, yeah. And after the interview, that was on March 2021, March 30.
Yep.
On April 7, we received a request for evidence for a corrected document because my wife is widow, and when I got married with her, so we did request a document for the death certificate for the person that she was married before.
Yeah.
After that, nothing.
Yeah. What field office?
The Orlando field office.
Were you ever married before?
Yeah, I've been married before.
And why do you think, if you had to guess, why do you think they haven't approved your case already?
Basically, the officer was not nice at the interview all the time. Mm-hmm. When I confront the people that I understand, she requests that because in the death certificate that they state that the person was single.
The person that died.
Yeah.
Your spouse's prior spouse.
Exactly. We made the correction, and we submitted the correct document. And after that, we didn't receive any response.
Did the spouse die overseas or in the United States?
Overseas.
And what country issued the death certificate? What country is it from?
The Dominican Republic.
So you think that they don't believe the death certificate is real?
It's 100% real because we have an office here.
Do you think they don't believe that it's real? Do you have other evidence that the person is dead?
Yeah, I submit every documentation because all the process was we call it apostilla in Spanish.
Apostille.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, everything was done with apostilla. Also, the request from here was with we select a lawyer over there to make the process because I don't have the facility to travel over there yet. So my wife, in order to, because she's the one that need to make that correction to request that over there, and she did it. we got the response. We was lucky because we got the 2 month extension.
Oh,
And
it
we
took that
submit.
long.
Yeah, it's not quick because it was with the pandemic process.
So was your spouse born in the United States?
Yeah, she's a U.S. citizen.
And the person that died in the Dominican Republic, did she file for an immigration benefit for that person?
No, no, no.
And how about you? Was immigration involved at all in your prior marriage?
Uh, when I got married before here, yeah, was valid. I came here with B1, B2 visa.
Right, but when you came on your B1, B2, were you already married? Were you married to somebody else?
Yeah, I have been married 3 times.
So this is your third marriage.
Yeah,
So for marriage number one or marriage number two, did that involve immigration at all or no?
they are they are U.S. citizen. All my wife.
Yeah, but did the other ones file for immigration benefits for you is
No,
my
no,
question.
never. No, this is my first time that I apply
Why? Why didn't you apply earlier?
because I didn't live here.
Hmm. Well, it's probably confusing to them. They're probably not used to people being married 3 times to US citizens and only applying for a green card the third time. You're almost 2 years since your interview, which means your case is probably 3 or 4 years old. You probably need to file a lawsuit on them to get them to issue a final decision.
Yeah, I called with somebody at your office because I I'm willing to do what I need to do because I did everything. I try ombudsman, I try local
Yeah.
congresswoman. They keep saying the same, like
Okay.
you say, the same
Yeah.
BS.
Right. The same
So I
BS. Well,
just,
I think
yeah,
if you sue them, they might call you in for another interview, or they might just decide the case. It's an old case. I think the lawsuit would help.
yeah, that's that. I just we started to saving money because
Okay.
we don't have the complete, but
Yeah. The down
I'm
payment.
following you. I'm following you channel since I started this process. So
Oh wow.
I probably, yeah, for sure. We apply in 2020, January 2020.
All right, Vladimir. Well,
Um,
just let me know, okay? Whenever you're ready, we're
yeah.
ready.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye, buddy. All right. So my friend Huli asked me to make a public service announcement, and I will do so here. There are some people, mostly on TikTok, but also on YouTube. Anywhere else, Huli? Facebook? Yeah, just YouTube and TikTok that are pretending that they're me. Facebook as well. Okay, that are pretending they're us or pretending our firm. We don't charge for consults, right? So we're never going to ask for you to pay us money to talk to us. Obviously, I talk to people for free all day long. So if you're getting contacted by one of these scammers on WhatsApp or YouTube or TikTok, this is our only number that we use for WhatsApp, 314-526-3339. So if you're just about to text somebody or just about to send someone money, don't do it. The only time you would ever pay us money is if we sent you a contract first, if we're already taking you on as a client. So don't believe anybody who says they're connected to us or that you got to pay them first before you talk to me. You can always reach out to us. Our main phone number is 314-961-8200. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So just make sure that you should never send someone money unless you have a contract with us. If you have a contract with us, then it's legit. It's not fake. So don't fall prey to the scammers. All right, Juli, how was that? Good? All right, all right. Let's go say hi to Laura. Hi, Laura.
Hello, how are you
Hi.
today?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm good. I had a question about the K1 visa, if
Sure.
you don't mind. Okay. So we've been waiting 461 days, which is since October of 21. Well, I called the other day and I have a couple of expedite requests that were denied earlier in 2022. The most recent one was April. Well, when I called and talked to I guess I don't know if it was an officer or whatever you want to call it. I talked to USCIS. She told me that when you send in a expedite request, it can slow your case down.
Ha!
Is that true?
It could be. I wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't. I mean, it's BS. So you're telling me 461
Yeah.
days. 461 days. You're still at USCIS. You're not even on your way to the embassy.
Nope, we're just sitting here waiting. I mean,
You
it's
should
just
sue them.
outrageous, to be honest, because when we first filed, the processing time was 6.5 months, and now
Right.
it's 15.5 months, and I'm past 15 months at this point.
What country is your fiance from?
Jamaica.
Yeah, you should sue them. The only way you're going to get it out of USCIS, if you're over a year, you need to sue. You're 100 days over a year. You need to sue them.
Yeah. Okay. And so that would, like, I would need to contact you, like a lawyer, because I'm in Alabama.
Yeah, we do. We would file the lawsuit either in Alabama or in Washington D.C. or wherever. Do you know which service center has your case?
The California Service Center has it.
Yeah, so we'd sue them out there. And typically, what they don't really fight us on these kinds of cases. They'll just decide the I-129F, the K-1, and move it along, and then you go on to the National Visa Center. So we'd be happy to help you with that if you want. We file lawsuits for people all over the country.
Really? Okay. Is there any way I can like get information on
Yeah. So send
the
an email.
cost for?
See that email address there, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com.
Yes.
Just
Mhm.
say, hey, my name's Laura. I was just on with Jim at the 11-minute mark, and I had a question. I want to do a lawsuit on a fiance case. And just tell me you were just on
Okay.
with me, and then they'll follow up with you either tonight or tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Laura. Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. That was Laura calling from Alabama. Let's say hi to Zila. Hi, Zila. You're on mute.
Hello.
How are you?
Not anymore.
Now you're not. I can
Good.
go
How
for
are
it.
you?
Good. What can I help you with?
Okay. So I actually was my N400 approved, and the status on online still says that oath ceremony will be scheduled since mid-December. So what should I do right now? It's been over a month.
Yeah, that's
And they
okay.
told me originally they told me yes.
Which field office?
California, San Diego.
Yeah, so there. Oh, are you doing a name change?
Yeah, yes and no. Well, because I had a middle name, she said it's this is the legal name since it's on the passport, but it wasn't on the green card.
Mhm.
So she said that this is a name change.
So in the San Diego field office, when you get approved for naturalization, usually you get sworn in on the same day unless you're doing a name change. So when you do a name change, that means you have to wait for a certain number of cases to get together, because then they send you to a federal judge. So I don't think anything's wrong. I don't think you need to worry. I think it should just be a couple more weeks. But once they have enough people who are doing name changes ready, then they'll do a formal ceremony. And that's why you're waiting. It's because of the name change.
So I shouldn't be worried right now
I wouldn't be
because it's
worried.
been over a month.
Yeah, I think you're okay. I would say at least wait another month before I start worrying.
And what if another month goes by? What do I do then?
You could call them now. You could start calling them then. I don't know. I definitely think it's just name change. But if another month goes by, then you might have to sue them. But I don't think so. I would just start bugging them.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Good luck. All right. Let's say hi to Jason. Hi, Jason. You're on mute.
All right, there we go. Perfect.
How you doing?
Good, and yourself?
Great. What's up?
So the other day, my wife, her 485 was approved. My side was approved, but there was never a request for medical. Have you ever seen that before, or are they going to request it in the notice they send to us?
So was this approved with an interview or without an interview?
Without.
So you're a U.S. citizen. You file an I-130. Your spouse is a foreign national. She files a 485.
Correct.
You send it all off. You never have an interview. They approve both.
Yep.
Did she come on a fiance case?
No.
So they just made a mistake.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. So they might catch up with us and ask for it later, or?
Yeah, I would call them and see what they want to do. I would call them and tell them what happened and then see what they say.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely thought that was odd that there was no RFE for
Yeah.
for it. But I mean, everything else we sent in was great, but
it sounds like they made a mistake.
okay. So a mistake that they just need to still get it, not a mistake saying, oh, we pre-approved it incorrect. Well, like they would have approved it with a positive, a good medical.
Yeah, what you don't want is for them to approve the green card, you get the green card, and then later on when she applies for citizenship, they say, oh, you never should have gotten your green card because you didn't do your medical. I think the chances of that are pretty small,
Right.
but it'd be better to clean it up before you actually get the green card.
Okay. So from the approval to production of the card, how long is that normally?
Usually it's a week.
Okay, so we'll need to do it quickly. So okay, and then the other question for a relative for a B2, am I able to sponsor her relative as a B2, or is that no sponsorship needed because it's a tourist?
There's no such thing.
Okay.
There's no such thing as sponsor a B2. People write letters in support, or people say, I will financially support the person. I don't think the embassies give those any weight at all. So
Gotcha.
You could do it, but it doesn't really help.
Okay. So just let them apply and hopefully it works out.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's all about whether they can prove that they're going to go back to the satisfaction of the embassy. That's all that matters.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you much.
Bye, Jason. See you, buddy.
Bye.
So now we have USCIS approving green cards without the medical. Sounds just like them. They're a very smart agency. All right. Oh, look who's here. Definitely not Tony. What's up, Definitely Not Tony?
Hey, Jim. Hey.
How did it go?
Yeah, yesterday I spoke to Tony, the guy that was the guy, he was practicing anonymity. You see, it's definitely not me because I know how to pronounce it. So
and the other guy didn't like the color black either.
Exactly. So, this at least has a little bit of color in it. So
Yeah.
I spoke to Tony and he said it was not a problem at all. He got approved on the spot, and yeah, that's all. I just here to thank you on behalf of Tony. Thank you for your show. I've always been watching it, except from
Awesome.
one day. That's when you took off your jacket and you had an Argentina t-shirt after you beat the Netherlands. I was not happy with that. So that's when I
sorry
switched
about
it off.
that. Sorry about that. All right, well, tell Tony I said hi and safe travels.
Will do. Thank you so much for everything, Jim.
See you, buddy.
Take care.
Okay, bye. That's always fun. It's always fun when people come back to tell us good news. We always like to hear, especially when we're under a little bit of stress, that things got approved. So good job, not Tony. All right, let's say hi to Blessing. Hi, Blessing.
Hey, Jim. How you doing?
How are you? I'm good. How are you doing?
Fine. I'm very fine, thank you. So, Jim, I want to thank you. I've been a follower. I mean, I used to follow on your show all the time. And while I was going through my immigration process, I learned a lot from your show. And I want to say thank you. Thank you. All the information you gave me, everything you say, educated me quite a lot. That it was like a walkover for me. I do watch your show and I appreciate that. Yeah,
thank you, Blessing.
Thankfully to God, I'm a citizen. I became a citizen 21st of January, and
Nice.
I plan to petition for my kids. They are 12, 9, and 7. Those are their ages. I was just wondering if the form that I probably use, is it the N600 or N600K? Though they're abroad, they're back home in Nigeria, so I was just wondering what form I would file for them.
Well, I don't know that are you sure that they're U.S. citizens?
No, I mean, I don't know. I just became a U.S. citizen, and I want to bring them over.
I think you've got to sponsor them for green cards. I'd have to research and everything. I don't think they're citizens, so you wouldn't be using an N600. I think you have to file I-130s for them and get them green cards, and then later they can apply for citizenship. I think I'd have to look everything over.
Okay, sir.
If you just became a citizen, then they are most likely not U.S. citizens, and you just have to sponsor them as children of a U.S. citizen. There's no delay, or you just got to process the cases. You have to file I-130s for each of them.
Okay. That was my question, Jim. Thank you so much. I
Good luck,
appreciate it.
Blessing. See you,
Thank you,
buddy.
sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye-bye. All right. Let's say hi to Erica. Hi, Erica.
Hi, Jim.
How are you?
Hi, Jim. I'm good, thanks. Do you mind if I don't come on the screen?
You're fine, sweetheart. Go ahead.
Okay. You know, the first thing I want to say is thanks. After listening to you on there, because I never knew what we had filed or what we didn't file.
Okay.
And after listening to you, I went back in my papers to see what I had, like, you know, the I-130 and stuff like that.
Yes.
And I only found out this information from watching you. Anyway, the question I have is, I'm a U.S. citizen.
Okay.
I filed for my son an I-130 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I just recently got a notice, and the notice is for more information. But I must tell you that he's adopted. He doesn't know he's adopted. I adopted him when he was, the adoption became final when he was 6 years old. But I had him from birth. We originally from Trinidad.
Yes.
I got my citizenship here through marriage. When I look back after listening to you, my son had an I-130 already. That's what my husband at the time, he was in the Navy. That is what he had filed for both of us for adjustment of status. But he died. He died after we were married for about 3 years. He died. Now, when I got these papers, he had died, but I got an approval notice. Let's say 6 months after we filed these papers.
For you or for your son? For you or for your
Both.
son or for both?
Both.
Okay.
Both. But my husband had just died like about, let's say 5 weeks before that, 5, 6 weeks before we got the approval in the mail.
Yes, ma'am.
When I got it, I didn't know what it meant, you know. I didn't know what it meant. So I found a lawyer and I took it to her. But she then went ahead and she filed for, is it a B1 or a B2? Or
For your
V1?
son?
She's filed V1 and V2 for myself and my son.
Okay.
We had gotten that approved for 2 or 3 years, 2 years, and then she filed again and we got it for another time. But anyway, like 10 years later, I got married again and I have my citizenship now for about 8 years, 8 or 9 years.
Based on the second marriage or the first marriage?
The second marriage. Because
Okay.
although we got this approval, I don't know what she did. Now looking at it, if I was approved back then for the I-130, I didn't get anything. And I don't know why she didn't follow up on this. Is it because he had died?
Were you in the United States when that
Yes.
first case? Yeah.
Yes. We already here like we filed for the I-130 after I was married almost 2 years. Because I couldn't decide whether I would stay or go back. And then he convinced me to stay. So that's why we stayed and went ahead and filed like almost 2 years after the marriage is when we filed.
Okay, so let me see if I got this straight. So you're Erica and you're from Trinidad. You're in the United States and you married Don. Don files I-130s for you and your adopted son. And those get approved. And that would have been an I-130. Was it also a 485 for you or just an I-130?
I think it's just an I-130. I have to look and see. I think it was just an I-130 at the time.
You didn't get a green card back then?
No, I got just the approval. All I got was the approval notice.
And that was
about 6 weeks after he died.
After he died. Okay. So then nothing really happens with your son's case. He's overseas the whole time or he's in the United States?
He's in the United States. We're both here together.
Oh, okay. Is he still here?
Yes. I have the approval for him. And then
Wait, hold on.
Sorry.
So then time by lawyer files something or other.
Right.
And then and then you marry a second person we'll call Bill.
No, but when she filed, we came and we got approval for I-130, both me and my son, and we got social security cards and all of that. We got
Did you
the
get green
work
cards?
permit and I got a green card.
But he didn't? Your
I
son
think
didn't?
he did. I'm not sure. But whatever I got, he got the same thing.
Maybe not. That's not necessarily true.
I
This
have
is a big
well,
this is a big old mess, Erica.
it is. But I'll tell you the problem I'm having now. I've been a citizen for about 8 or 9 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Just before I became a citizen, I had a green card.
Of
And
course.
I filed for my son when I
Right.
had the green card.
Right.
After I filed for him, I went ahead and did my citizenship, and I became a citizen almost 2 years after I filed for him.
Sure.
And I updated them. You know, I told them that
Yeah.
I'm a
Has
citizen now.
he ever gotten married?
No, he's a special needs child.
Okay. Well, so I think that number one, Erica, this is a bit of a mess. Number two, we need to do a Freedom of Information Act request to get your whole file and more importantly, your son's whole file so we can see he might already be a lawful permanent resident. He might already be a lawful permanent resident. In theory, he might be a citizen. I don't know. How old is he now?
He's 35.
Yeah, so he's not a U.S. citizen probably.
But the first time we filed for him, he was like 11 or 12. The first I-130 approval, he was about 11 years old at the time.
Yeah, but we don't know everything that happened on that first case, and we really don't even know everything that happened in the second case. So I think first thing is to get a complete copy of both files and then go from there.
The thing is, Jim, they sent me this for more information on his adoption because I had an adoption certificate. That's what I got in Trinidad. You know how here you get all this different paperwork because now I am his legal guardian and I have all this paperwork from the court. But in Trinidad, I didn't have a lot of paperwork. I had the adoption certificate and I've been trying to get something different. So recently they sent me the judgment on the day of the adoption, the approval. So I have that. I have a letter from the adoption board stating he does not have a birth certificate and the adoption certificate is what goes in place of that. So that I now have these.
He was an orphan?
No, he was actually a family's child.
What's the relationship of the family? Like
a sister.
Is she still alive?
Yeah.
So you probably need to get an affidavit from her too, laying out all the fact that you guys need to explain. They're probably completely confused. They're probably looking at this file and like, this is a big old mess. What are we going to do with this? And so you need to be the one to sort it all out to make it easy for them.
Okay, because they're saying that they wanted more information to prove his adoption and to prove I had him 2 years before that, before I filed. 2 years before I filed, and proof that that he lives with me. Like, you know, and I have that. So I don't know what to do, what to send for them, you know.
Well, we can help if you want to send me over that RFE. We can take a look at it and figure it out. But there's a lot that needs to. When's your deadline to respond to the RFE?
I think in March.
Okay, well, you'll get an extra 60 days because of COVID. So send that over to me tonight. That doesn't mean we're going to take your case, but we'll look it over and we'll see if it's something that we could help with.
Okay.
All right.
Now, I called and they were telling me that they didn't have somebody that could talk to me.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably thought it was too messy.
Now I didn't give them all the information I gave you.
Well, send an email over and tell them that you were on the show and we'll go from there. Okay. Send us that RFE.
Okay.
Thanks, Erica.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Bye.
All right. Let's talk to Hamza. Hi, Hamza.
Hi, Jim. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Jim, I have a quick question. First of all, I want to say a happy New Year to you and your family and everybody at the office there. And,
thanks, Hamza.
And Julio too. He's very busy
Of course,
with us
Julio.
here. So I have a quick question about I travel. I went out of state out of the country for the first time after 7 years, and I came back, but they never stamp on my passport. So is there any problem with that?
Most likely not. Are you a green card holder or what?
I'm a green card holder, yes, sir.
How long were you gone?
I was gone for 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, they don't stamp passport these days, so that shouldn't be a problem. You could probably look up your I-94. Google I-94 lookup, and then see they might have. That's probably an online I-94. You should be able to access a record of where you entered.
So what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, so Google this phrase I-94 lookup, I-94 lookup,
Hmm.
and then you should be able to look up your travel based on your passport number and all that stuff.
Okay.
But a
And
two week trip, no one's going to get worked up over a 2 week trip.
Can you say again?
You don't need to worry. It's just a 2 week trip. It's no big deal.
Okay, okay. Lastly, I wanna, I wanna see if I have I think a 2 years green card. So uh, my previous lawyer, he kind of very slow. I wanna when I'm doing my I-751, I wanna do with you guys.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So am I supposed to contact you guys like previous, like a year before, or what?
What's the start date on your green card?
I'll say May this year. Last
May of
year.
20 May of 22.
Yeah.
So that means you can apply between February of 22 and May of 24 and May of 24. So I would say reach out to us like January 1st, and then we can get started. It only takes us about a month to put the case together.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Tio.
Bye, Hamzo. Thanks, buddy.
Bye. Bye.
Oh, no one's called me Tio in a while. That always makes me happy. How are we doing in the comments, Huli? Are people hanging out in the comments? Yep, Pineapple Lemon's right. Erica's case is a big old mess. That is a big old mess, no doubt. All right, so let's go ahead and say hi to Yusuf Abdi. Hi, Yusuf Abdi.
Hi, Mr. Jim.
How you doing, bud? How you doing, Yusuf?
Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I am brother Fatuma Abdi Yusuf. You know me?
I can tell. You're Fatuma's brother, aren't you?
Hi.
Can you hear me? That's got to be Fatuma's brother. He can't hear me. I can tell just by his smile that that's Fatuma's brother. He was on 2 different phones, so I'll try to get back to him. Let's say hi to Amara. Hi, Amara.
Hi, Jim. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Assalamu alaikum. What can I help you with?
Walaikum assalam. I actually have questions regarding bringing my husband. Actually, I'm asking my questions on behalf of my husband. So he
Okay.
wants to bring his brother into the U.S. So I'm a U.S. citizen. My husband is a U.S. citizen as well, and he recently filed for green card for my in-laws, and both of them got their green card as well.
His
So
parents.
they had a visitor visa. So they came here, and last year he applied for I-130 and 485 adjustment of status and that both, and
Got
both
it.
of that got approved, and they got their green card.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is with my brother-in-law, as in his brother. So
How old is that brother?
he is 31 years old and unmarried,
Uh-huh.
and he has a visitor visa too. And 2 years back in 2019, he has visited to US before, stayed for like 4 or 5 months and went back.
Uh-huh.
And so he came last in 2020 or 19 actually, and we applied for a F1 student visa, and he took the PTE exam and did for like English classes at UMSL, but that F1 student visa was denied, so he went back in 2020 at the end.
Yep. Yeah.
And then he still has it visitor visa valid. So the question is, can we bring him again here and do for like F1 again, or should his parents or him? I mean, his parents have green card, and he is a US citizen. So can they apply for his green card, or
Well,
should they, should he come here, or should he, apply for F1 again and do the I-130 and 485 for him as well? Will it be possible?
He's getting pretty close to showing that he's desperate to come to the United States. So he really needs to be careful about what he does next. Okay.
Yes.
So if your husband or if his parents file an I-130 for him, he'll never get another B1 and he won't get the F1.
Okay.
If he comes to the United States on a B1 and applies for an F1, he shouldn't do that again. That was dumb the first time, and it's 2 times as dumb the second time. So he shouldn't do that.
Okay.
If he wants to try to come back, he should apply for a student visa from overseas. It'll
Okay.
probably be denied because his whole family's here, and they're going to think he's just trying to come and stay. So I don't think that's going to work. Which leaves you with the parents filing an I-130 petition for him, and that's going to be a 7, 8, 9, 10-year wait. So
Right.
there's no easy way for him to come unless he were to get married. Other than that, I don't think he's going to get a student visa. I don't think they're going to renew his B1, B2. So he might want to have his mom or dad file an I-130 petition for him. Otherwise, I don't think he's coming anytime soon.
Okay. So if he files for student visa from India, do you think they'll know that his brother and his parents are here and they have green
He
card
has
and so they will
he has to
probably deny it? You're telling?
He has to tell them on the DS-160. He has to list relatives that he has in the United States. Yeah, and so if they see that his brother came to the United States and got his citizenship, that his mom and dad then came on a visit visa and got green cards, and they see that he came to the United States on a visit visa, didn't go back on time, but instead filed for a student visa, I can almost guarantee you that they won't give him a student visa.
Okay. So then option is it should his parents file because they are green card, or should my husband file because he's a US citizen? What do you think it's the reason?
Parents.
Parents is a better option usually. Okay, and can he come here and can they apply the I-130 and 85 consecutively, or should he stay there and then apply it from here?
He can't stay here that whole time it's pending. He wouldn't have any basis to stay. He's not an immediate relative. The parents, the government treats the parents differently than they treat the brother. So they got to stay because they were the parents of a U.S. citizen. He doesn't have that relationship, so he can't do it like they did.
Okay. So even if like it's the son, they won't do it. Okay.
Right.
And what if the parents apply for green card and he is in India and then he gets married, and if they have children, and then what happens for his green card? Will it just be for him, or can they like add his family as well if he gets married?
No, if parents apply and he gets married, then he's out.
What do you mean? Like his green
Green
card
holders can only sponsor unmarried children. If they sponsor an unmarried child who then gets married, then that case is over.
Okay.
So that'd be the one benefit of the brother filing for them, but the problem there is it takes almost twice as long for a brother case versus the children of a green card holder case.
Okay. And could there be any other option that is possible for him if you have?
I think we covered it.
That's it. Okay. Can he still come though? Do you think he can, because he has a visit visa, can he still come and go? I mean, even if he comes here and
Did he overstay?
Even if he comes and visit his parents or his brother, can he still do that?
Did he overstay when he applied for the F1?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think they're
we
going to
had the obviously they knew that he was overstaying and everything, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll let him in. I think they could revoke his visa.
They could, like in the airport, basically. Okay.
Bye, Amara. Have a good day.
Thank you so much for answering my questions. I appreciate it.
You got it. They were all good questions. You asked good questions. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Bye.
Let's say hi to Miles. Hi, Miles.
Hi, Jim. Thank you so much for your program. Actually, I'm new here. I have a question. I have EB visa from my employer. However, I did not finish the 3 years contract. I resigned after 13 months of serving due to a very toxic environment, and also the salary is not that good. My question is, will it affect me if I will there be any issue in the future if I will file a naturalization?
So you already have your green card?
I have my green card, yes.
So walk me through it. So you have this job. They sponsor you for EB1 or 2 or 3?
EB3.
EB3.
Healthcare, yes.
And what was the start date of your green card?
Residence date,
Yeah.
08 30th 2014.
Oh, so
August.
have you worked for that company for 9 years?
No, I work with that hospital for only 13 months, but we do have a contract for 3 years. But I did not finish the 3 years contract. I changed an employer and I moved to another state.
So you worried about stuff from way back then?
Yes. This was like way
So
back then.
back in 2014, you get a green card based on your job at this hospital,
Uh-huh.
and you stay a year and a half after you get the green card, and now you're sort of afraid to apply for citizenship because of that?
Yes. Uh-huh.
You're fine.
Okay. And another question. So I recently I'm married to American citizen. So I just recently changed my last name to his last name. So I file I-90. So until now I'm still waiting. It's been like 6 months. So I kind of worried already if I'll get it. Um I don't know, maybe they will I don't know. I guess I just paranoid. Will there be a problem?
I wouldn't mess around with all that. Why don't you just apply for citizenship and change your name then?
So because can I do that even though my I-90 is still pending?
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
well, great. Thank you so much, Jim. Thank you so much. I will
I'm
come
glad,
back.
Miles. Get that thing on file, then come back and tell me when you become a citizen.
I will. Oh my
All right.
God, that's such a
See ya.
relief. Thank you so much. Bye
Okay,
bye.
bye-bye. See, people sometimes worry about stuff they don't need to worry about. Miles is in totally fine shape to get her citizenship, but she got all tied up. You could see she was tearing up a little bit. So don't be too harsh on yourself, and don't feel like you can't do stuff because of something in your past. Always figure out, yeah, Pineapple's right. She was very relieved. All right. Let's say hi to Laurie. Hi, Laurie.
Hey Jim, I'm one of the biggest fan of yours. Been watching your videos for like very long time, years.
Fun. Thanks.
Thanks for all your stuff. Just got a
Sure.
couple of questions. I'm on H-1B working in California, and my spouse is U.S. citizen, lives in Maine. We leased a house, moved in together in Maine. But as per my conditions of H-1B, I have to work in the location work site, which is in California. Now, the question is, when we file I-130, I-148, I-485, all that concurrent filing, which address should we use? That's question one.
When you guys are together, where do you spend more time, in California or in Maine?
In Maine, that's where she's from. I'm inclined to move there.
Yeah, if the plan is to live in Maine, if she lives in Maine, if she's the U.S. citizen, all those things make me want to use Maine as the official address, and then we just take the position that because you're on your H-1B, that you have to, go out to California, and you're just like, in an apartment or a long-term stay or something.
Okay, thanks. And the second question is, as we just started, quite new, we only have some documents with our names and her name, and we're in the process of getting things changed. So is it worth waiting till we get a lot of documents along with medical and all that doing one, or shall we just do with whatever we got and then probably take things to the interview?
That's a great question. What's up with your H-1B? Are you at the beginning of it, the end of it, the middle of it, or what?
I've got till Feb 2024.
Do you like your job?
It's good, but it's pretty much contracting, so it can change any moment. That's the main problem.
And when did you get married?
November 2022.
And was it a big wedding?
No, fairly moderate, just friends.
Do you have a long history together?
Yeah, 1 year before, 1.5 year before we actually made a decision to get married.
So, I mean, I'd be looking, and then would it be fair to say that as soon as you get your work card, you're out of California and you're going to Maine?
Now, we want to live together. That's the whole point. So I'll still try and maintain H1B, but what I was planning to do is move to Maine and look for remote jobs if I can.
I mean, to me, so generally, Larry, I agree, and I like the beneficiary to stay in whatever status they had before, just in case something happens.
Yeah.
But in your particular case,
Mm.
I think there's an argument to be made that you're going to gain a lot more by using that work card that you're going to get and moving back to Maine, because that's going to help you build a lot more evidence for the marriage when you're going to the green card interview, right? So
Mm.
I think that, you know, whenever a couple lives apart on a green card case, there's always three big questions. One is, can we prove why the couple lives apart, that it's for economic reasons, jobs? Two, what are the efforts made by the couple to see each other while they're separated? And three, what's the long-term plan, right? And so I think that if I'm going into a green card interview with you and I can say, look, these guys, as soon as they were able, i.e., as soon as he got his work card, he shut that shit down in California and flew to Maine as fast as he could, and he moved in together. They've been building this life together. Here's all the evidence that we've generated since that happened. I just think you gain so much more than looking for remote work, staying on the H-1B, all that stuff. If you can get out of that H-1B and onto the EAD, in this particular case, in this fact scenario, I just think you gain so much more by being in Maine at the time of the interview. Plus, I think Maine will go faster than California.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you on that. But the only problem I'm a little bit worried is in case things doesn't go right, at least I have H1B to fall back on. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with anything, but just, a little bit panic, especially with immigration, how things go through delays and all that. So I'm just a bit nervous.
Just so we've never had in our office an H1, or we've never had a marriage-based green card case that we filed not get approved. So I think you might be worrying a little bit too much.
All right. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, that's perfect. And you answered other question I had. Main service center is quicker than California.
Yeah. California. Okay, yeah. I mean, your interview, I've had an interview in Maine. No, that was New Hampshire. But you'll either be in Boston or New Hampshire or in Maine, but any of those are going to be faster than any field office in California.
Perfect. Yeah. And I seem to like people. They're very laid back in Maine. So
yeah. Yep.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Really
I mean,
appreciate it.
The shortest interview I ever had was in New Hampshire. It was two doctors. We walked in and the guy had a cold. He was coughing and he said, well, in my experience, doctors don't put their medical licenses at risk by engaging in fake green cards. So your case is approved. He didn't ask any questions other than he asked them, they were both doctors. He asked them what to do about his cold. That was the whole thing. So yeah, they're very chill.
That's great. And you have amazing experience. You're helping hundreds of people, Great.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it. Yep. Thank you very much.
All right. If you need help, let me know. See ya.
Sure. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. All right. Let's say hi to Lucas. Hi, Lucas.
Hey, Jim. How are you? Thanks for having my call.
Sure. What's up?
I have a problem with RS. I had a problem with RS, and I owe them, and I still paying them until June this year. And my tax preparer said he advised us, me and my wife, to not file the tax together this year. Last year we filed together, but for this year he advised us to not filing together because could hurt her social security. And I'm worried because we didn't have an interview yet. And
so let's back up. So who's the U.S. citizen? You or your spouse?
My spouse.
And you have a pending green card application?
Yes.
And when did you file the I-130 and the 45?
November 2021.
And if you had an interview, what field office would you have your interview at?
New Jersey. Will be Newark.
I hate that place. Okay. When did you get married?
Was in October 2021.
Uh, okay. And then what was your status before you filed for your green card?
Yeah, I was out of status
And
after visas.
yep.
I,
When did you come on the visit? When did your visa status expire?
I came here in 2017.
Okay. And when you say that, what's the fundamental tax problem?
I used to do Uber in 2019, and I did some money on it, and I kind of forgot to add it to my tax.
Yeah. So you
To
filed
my
an
income.
amended tax return and you're paying it off,
I didn't pay it off yet.
but your
I
your
had
plan is to pay it off.
Yeah, I'm still paying because it's not that little money. It's a lot of money. So
Okay. And so because of that problem, your tax advisor is saying that you shouldn't file for 2022 jointly. You should file separately.
yeah, as married but filing separate.
So I would say that from an immigration standpoint, that sucks. From an immigration standpoint, I want you to file jointly. So you have to make a decision which is more important, the taxes or immigration. From an immigration standpoint, I want you to file jointly. It's not if you have lots of other marital evidence, it's not a dead letter to not file jointly, but the problem is you already they're probably already going to figure out that you weren't paying your taxes and they're going to think that was sort of sneaky, and then making another issue about your taxes now just brings more attention to it for whenever you have your interview. So I don't like that.
Okay, I was thinking about maybe wait till the deadline. It is April, so maybe until then my interview will be before that, and we
Yeah,
can
or
say
yeah,
we didn't
or you
file yet.
or you could get an extension till October. That's a good point. Yeah.
Oh, okay, and then bring the extension proof to the interview and say
Yeah,
we.
again, you're making your taxes more of an issue in the interview, which is never good. Um, but you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, because we filed last year together, and well,
Does it make a big difference in the tax return if you file separately?
uh, actually, I don't know. I don't know. I have
Yeah.
to ask him.
I would I would talk to my wife and say, look, baby, it's much more important to me to us that my immigration situation gets squared away. Jim said it's much better if we file jointly and then see if she'll
Mhm.
just agree to it.
and just figure out later if we had any problem with RS. Okay,
Yeah.
would be easier to resolve them with immigration for sure.
You got enough going on. Yep.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Bye, Lucas. See you, buddy. Next up, Mona. Hi, Mona.
Hello. Hi. How are you, Jim?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I have a couple of questions. I'm the Canadian citizen, but I'm live here since 2008, and I have four kids, and I'm just one of my one. The two older has some medical problem, so I hear like I can be eligible if I file for cancellation of removal, so I can get the green card. Is this possible or no?
I mean, you're asking me if you should raise your hand and try to get cancellation?
No, I'm planning to do like to get green card.
No, I understand. But in order to do that, you have to say, put me in deportation. That's how that process starts.
Yes. So
Yeah.
how we can do for asylum or something?
No, we're not filing. No, that gets judges really angry. We're not filing a BS asylum claim just so that you can file for cancellation. Do not do that. There's
Yeah.
lawyers that'll do that, but you shouldn't do that.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. If if you're willing to do with us the case, something like
No,
that.
I'm definitely not willing to do it, but you shouldn't do it either. You should not raise your hand and say you're here. Are any of your kids U.S. citizens?
Yeah, all of the citizen, but the thing is, they have special. I have special need kid with the Down
How old is the
syndrome.
oldest kid?
She's just turned 15.
So I would say hang out for 6 more years and then have her file for you. Even if she's special needs, I'd have her file for you. I would not file an asylum claim to try to get removal.
So, but they said if your kids has a hardship to going your
Yeah,
back
but that doesn't mean you're going to win. It sounds like you
Mhm.
have hardship, but that doesn't mean you're going to win. You're going to be in deportation for 4 or 5 years.
Oh, so
That's not fun.
you advise not to do that?
I advise not to do that. That's right.
Okay. So, all right. There is any other way we can get anything?
I think you wait until the 15-year-old turns 21.
Okay, but after she turned 21, I still like need to go back to my country or then come back or
You entered on a visa and overstayed, or you entered on your Canadian passport and overstayed?
no? I just crossed the border.
Do you have proof of your legal entry or no?
No.
Oh yeah, so you probably would have to leave the United States. This is a big old mess, Mona.
Yeah. So any waiver I can apply or
You could apply for a waiver then, but yeah, then you'd file the I-130, then you'd file for the waiver, and then you go from there.
okay, but how much risk if I apply for like asylum and then get the
Okay. I'm not talking about that anymore because I told you not to do it. I'm not going to tell you what the risk is because you shouldn't do it.
oh okay.
Good luck, Mona. All right. I think we have time for one more. Let's say hi to Tanya. Hi, Tanya.
Hello.
What's up?
So I am on a T1 visa, and I basically finished my 3 years of my work permit. And so with my work permit, I was able to work and do what I need to do, and to prove to them that how I was in United States for 3 years. So with that, my work permit has expired already, and I what is it
Renewed it.
renewed it. I renewed it, um, but they said it's going to take like 3 years in order to, or a year or three in order to be approved. And that's the thing, like since my work visa has already expired, um, I'm not able to work anymore. And like everybody's saying that how like I need to get a new work permit.
Right. So I've never handled a T1 visa before. I haven't done those before, so I don't know how the EAD works with that.
Mm-hmm.
You might benefit from the automatic extension of the EAD, but it sounds like you didn't file to renew your T1 visa.
Yes, I have filed to renew my T1 visa.
And when did you file that?
This year May. Well, I'm sorry, last year May. Last
And
year May.
did you file for an EAD too, or just the work visa?
Just the work. I'm sorry. What's the EAD?
That's the work card.
Yes. I think we filed for the. Oh, well, I'm sorry. My lawyer said that how it was automatically approved, but where I'm trying to work right now, they're telling me that how I have to have like some type of receipt, but they didn't send me no receipt or anything. And the thing that I do have from them is saying that it's saying that how this does not approve working.
Right. This is not a work visa. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they're saying that how they can't take that because it's not approving me working. I need something to say that how they are approving to me work for me to work. So that's my problem I'm having.
I'd have to look everything over, Tanya. I can't tell you without looking at everything, but it sounds like somebody needs to educate the employer that the EAD was automatically extended if it was. I don't know that it was, but I think it probably was. So that's the issue. What does your lawyer say? Why don't you talk to your lawyer about this?
I have, and he said he can't do anything and I can't do anything, so we're just all in limbo at this point.
Yeah. I don't think I can do anything either. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Good luck, Tanya. Sorry about that.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, everybody, remember, don't fall for the scammers. Only use our WhatsApp number, 314-526-3339. We'll be back on Monday for our next show. I might do a pop-up show. If you want to keep abreast of our pop-up show, the number is 314-470-3300. Send us a text, and we will keep you on the list. Juli, thanks for watching. Thanks for helping. Everybody, thanks for keeping track. And we will see you next time. Peace.